Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good Sunday morning. Make sure my mic's on. If I could get a check from some of the audience, some of the 100 people that have chosen to be here on time, thank you very much for doing that. Uh, got a lot to talk about. I'm going to try to, if you guys could repost the room, that would be awesome. There's an awesome big room with a bunch of my friends talking about Bitcoin. All you guys that are getting rich, send each other a link, and you know who you are, and you guys get your head out of making so much money. And let's think about for an hour or so how we can become better assets, better human beings, better uh, a better species on this planet. Um, like we have so much opportunity, and yet we as human beings tend to like really get in our way. It's really amazing. So if you could repost the room, bring some family members in here. Got a comment earlier this morning saying I should start a show for family members and investments because the younger people are like, hey, man, you can speak well to our parents, people that are trying to get people, their parents into, you know, 21st century assets. But it's interesting how this world's coming together. I got a couple of stories to tell you while we stack in here, and I posted this morning this image, and found this to be a really let's just post this up here. Let's see if I can add it. Yeah, you see this picture here. I saw this picture in Miami. This is a painting. I saw it in Miami. I think it's Asian hotel. I can't remember the name of it. And it really struck me. This is above a bar. The power of this, you guys can see this, correct? The power of this painting, I think, says it all for me. I am the brush. Okay. Like before I start a show every morning, when I do these, I sit down in silence and I just say, hey, look, I choose to be the paintbrush here. I'm not Gary Cardone, the creator. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to think it through and organize it. I come to these spaces this Sunday morning. In fact, I try to show up like this in life. It just makes it so much easier. I show up and ask myself, okay, look, what is my role here? And how can I be most useful? And this image of the paintbrush, for me, does a lot. One, I see tremendous action in this picture, yet it's doing nothing. I notice the emotion in the splatters, the movement, and almost I can feel the paper. I mean, it's brilliant. Like someone can do this. I find it to be amazing. But more importantly, if I think of myself just as the instrument, as this magical tuning fork, okay, I actually believe that like I am a tuning fork, and it's alive, and all I have to do is understand this brush, right? Oh wow, it's got a handle, it's got some hair on it. It's probably got some glue keeping it all together, and that's about it. It's very simple. Put a little magic thought into it, a little creation, and it turns into a weapon of creation. It turns into an instrument of beauty and production. A simple piece of wood and hair combined with imagination. I'm going to write, this will be the first word I write down today, imagination. Now, why do I do that? as I speak to you, as I speak to myself, quite frankly, or maybe better yet, as I communicate openly to the universe, because that's really what I'm doing in these shows. I'm showing up here and walking through how I'm thinking about becoming more me, more me. Okay, I think the more me is one. I have to discover who I am. Okay, I have to do this. I have quite a bit of a little story to share with you about yesterday with this whole week, but the imagination for me, that brush without imagination, and by the way, that brush without action, some entity pushing the brush, moving the brush. Now, I can think that I'm moving it, or I can submit to the universe and say, hey, I'm going to let the universe use me as the instrument by which brilliance comes through. What if I'm a container? What if I take my ego out of this thing? I'm going to write the word ego down there because, see, the word ego for me, or the ego really gets in my way a lot. I start thinking about, well, is that the right paintbrush for me to show? Or, God, it looks a little sloppy. Or, is it the right dimension? I mean, I can overthink it. I think people overthink. See, when I do the I am the brush, what am I doing? I'm tricking myself. And by the way, I don't believe in tricking and manipulating and Machiavellian technology. I don't believe that. But I do think that once I understand myself and I understand how to motivate myself, like play little games to incentivize the proper behavior, I have to know myself. I have to know myself just as you need to know a client if you want to sell them something. Who's ever sold anything to a client and they didn't understand the client's needs? Zero. If you did make the sale, you didn't make it very long. You most certainly won't retain a customer selling him something when you didn't even understand what his really basic needs were. What problem are you trying to solve? Me being the brush removes me thinking I'm important. It removes me having to rethink, think, and think again, and then judge my thinking. And then once I've done something based on that thinking, I then judge the very product. Judge, criticize, critical, judge some more. Why? Because I think I'm the one doing it. As soon as I think, oh, wow, like I'm going to tap into something much bigger than me. I'm going to tap into the whole universe. You guys, you make up the universe, folks. Your energy makes up the universe. Your love, your lack of love, okay? Your energy that you send out every day in the universe. You don't think this is just what you think is dissipating into the ethos? Okay, I don't think so. I think what it's doing, excuse me, I think what it's doing is the energy is going out in the universe, and we all get it. Okay, we get the positive, we get the negative. So I have to consider a couple of things. Okay, who am I, and what's motivating me? Who am I? What am I doing? Okay. And then if I think about this on a much bigger scale, I actually believe that there has to be some value that I'm bringing into the universe just by showing up here. I don't know. Maybe there's 700 people here. I think if So I had my ego one told me not to do this. My ego told me go go make some money. Uh, so then I go, okay, look, I just can't make money. Okay, like it's not fulfilling enough. So I then, hey, I'm the brush man. Show me what to do. What is the title of the show today? The title of the show is once you start working, I am, and it starts working. What do you do next? See, the state of I am is I have submitted myself to be the brush today. Now, I want to share something with you. I'm sitting here looking at another space. I can look at another space with 900 people and I'm like, wow, man. Then I start thinking, see, my ego looks at this other space that my buddies are in, and I'm like, hey, wow, why would they be doing that? Or, I get it, dude, I don't need to worry about all that. I am the brush. See, what I am doing is I'm submitting to the universe that it is greater than I am. The universe is so much greater than I am. I cannot predict who is supposed to be here. I cannot judge based on a metric, based on some measurement of, oh, wow, there's 850 people and there's 900 people in a Bitcoin room. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with me, man. Nothing's wrong with them. Nothing's wrong with you. I am the brush. Once I make the decision that I am the brush and I want to be used, okay, also, by the way, if I don't clean this brush, if I don't take care of the brush, it is of no value. It is the brush. And then it is me tapping into the energy and just doing whatever the brush or the universe wants to be done with it. And then I let go. I let go. Okay. That's the other thing we're going to be talking about today. So I am working. I am is beginning to work. Can you please repost the space if you've had any value from just doing the I am? Repost the space. Even if, okay, even if, I really lost my train of thought there. Even if, um, I just really lost my space. I'm probably looking at the comments. And my ego will get triggered by the comments. I just had a thought about this. I said, hey, I wonder if I'd be doing this if there was 10 people in a room. I don't know that I'd be doing it. I don't know that it'd be a great use of my time. But actually think about it. I'm like, hey, look, you know what? If 10 people were to listen to this and get any value, absolutely, I should do it. And the truth is, I probably shouldn't even look at the numbers because I'm getting more help out of this than anyone. Doing this exercise is spectacular, I must say. I don't know how many people think I'm a weirdo, but for me, what I am doing is actually working. It's most certainly working for me. So if you've had any progress in the last 10, 12 months with doing this I am with me or with yourself or with anyone, I would encourage you to bring a family member, a friend, a boss, a customer, whatever in here, okay? Most certainly all I have to do is look around the world and go, wow, what the hell is going on? So what is going on? In that I need to understand myself in order to do all this. And like by understanding myself, I mean, I just need to understand who I am. I don't need to change it. I see people going, hey, I don't like that part of me. You can't dismiss parts of yourself. See, I think I have to embrace all parts of that brush. the dirty parts. That brush is not perfect for fine work. It's a big brush. I have to take care of it. I have to clean it. It is a tool. Guess what? My voice is a tool. My language is a tool. The way I see things is a tool. It's an asset. It could be a liability also. I think it is a liability. The way I see things can be a liability. The way I hold on to things can be. The way I go about, sorry guys, I paint a lot. I know my hands are always really ugly. And if I were you, I'd be like, man, why can't you keep this? But painters paint and my hands are always dirty and messy. I am a powerful instrument for good. I am active. See, I can have potential. I remember learning this in school. I thought it was absolutely amazing, and I still think it's amazing. I think we don't talk about this enough. Potential energy. How much potential energy do I have? You guys probably look at me, and you probably give me more potential energy than I give myself. Because see, I look at all the mistakes I made. But I'll bet you that if we ran a poll, we would find that you guys think that my potential is much greater than I'm actually using it. That may be true. It could be true, but without my potential has to move. Well, it doesn't have to move, okay? But I think this is where people get and stay frustrated. They have potential and they stay stuck in not using the potential. You have to move into kinetic energy, okay? Like I have to do. Imagine. I imagine I am the brush. What was my first imagination? I am creative. I am hyper creative. I am a super creative human being. I've been saying this I am a creator. I'm a creator. I'm a creator. I'm a creator. I'm a creator. I like create from scratch too. Now that's an important piece for me to know about myself. Oh, I like the blank canvas. This is very consistent for me because I'm not a big detail guy. I don't want to go to meetings. I don't want to organize a bunch of stuff. I don't want to finish it off. I want somebody else to, hey, you package it up and sell it. I wanted to create something from a blank canvas. It's where my skill is. And you, ma'am or sir, have the ability to really detail it now, package it up, make it all look beautiful. Look, if you're an extreme person like me, pick your spots. If you're not an extreme person, you have a lot of different capabilities, then cool, you don't have to pick a spot. I have to pick a spot. I have to pick a spot because I'm a weird guy. I think you're weird too, okay? And in fact, I think I am fucking weird is an awesome postulate. It's an awesome statement. I am weird. I do not want to be like most of you guys. That's pretty cool, huh? I don't want to be like you guys, man. I want to be like me. Okay, I'm going to switch gears here because I'm going to share a personal experience with you. And I suspect that most of you guys have either had this experience or having it or may have it very soon. But 18 years ago, 19 years ago, I got a woman pregnant. And I'd been married twice before, never had any children. Met a woman, broke a couple of key principles of my own, which was combining business and sex, romance. I called it romance. I think it was sex. I broke a lifelong rule, which is never do business in pleasure, never. And anyway, I got this woman pregnant. Learned 5 months later that she's pregnant. We get married. We have a baby, and we would have two babies actually. Anyway, the 18-year-old, I'm very proud to say, last night I drove to the airport, put her on an airplane to a country that's 20 hours from here, and she is starting her life now. She is moving, like she's left the nest. She is so much better equipped leaving the nest I'm watching this young 18-year-old. She's 18 and 6 months. And I was thinking about what I was like at 18. And I was so ill prepared at 18. In fact, I would have to wait another 10 years to be even close to where she was, probably 27, say 9 to 10 years. It was only then. And I look at this young lady and I'm like, and the reason I'm sharing this story, this was a brutal, brutal divorce. It was not fun at all. And I'm not here to talk about divorce and all that stuff. But I've been really ashamed of the pain and first that I made the mistake. Look, I made a mistake. I slept with a woman. I got her pregnant. Didn't really think of the consequences, and then I made it right by getting married. But I have always thought that I made a mistake, you know. And this is the piece I want to talk about, because what you can't forget is all the IMs that you have done before you got here. I've been doing IMs since I was 25 years old, at least, because I was so lost. See, even my lostness as a kid, the way I grew up. I watched a post yesterday on X, and the guy goes on about the trauma he had at 19 of losing his father, and that he had to take care of the family. And I'm like, bro, I lost my dad at 9. I was terrified. Anyway, so let's think about this, right? I lose my dad at 9. I have no image of what relationships look like whatsoever. I have Italian family. My dad's gone. My mother's terrified. And I move on. I grow up and I have a tremendous amount of potential energy with no guidance system, no manual. I've never read the manual of this F-35 that I'm embedded in. Oh, by the way, my F-35, it's me. Okay, it's me, the soul, and the rest of this equipment, it can't even keep up. I have broken this equipment so many times because actually my potential is greater than this machine can drive. And I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to drive. When I woke up at 32 years old and someone looked at me and said, dude, you're like an F-15 fighter jet. You don't know where the fuel is. You don't know how many weapons. You don't know how to fly the damn thing. You over accelerate, under accelerate. I was like, yeah, wow, I don't even understand how complex I am. I don't understand all my potential. I've never read my manual. So IM is writing your manual. We're writing the manual of your F-35, man. You are a super entity acting like a garbage can. And I'm tired of it, okay? I need some champions around me, man. Okay? The world needs you. The world needs you to become a champion. So my 18-year-old goes through, oh, by the way, as a parent, I will say one thing. I think I've probably who would have thought I would have been a good parent? I have been an awesome, awesome father. I've made a number of mistakes, but on the whole, for what we went through, man, Well, see, I'm trying to make it all right. This is what I'm trying to say. I will look at getting a woman pregnant and then marrying her and say that was a mistake. And it was. It chewed up 15 years of my life, folks. Millions of dollars, which I don't even care about. It's the 15 years. Now I look at this and go, wow, total failure, dude. 3 marriages, 2 kids been thrown out. They got confused 5, 6 years ago. Was it a mistake though? Was it because I have an 18-year-old daughter that's probably more competent than most 28-year-old men. She's dependable, reliable, coachable, trainable. She thinks she's superwoman. Okay. So I'd rather think that she's superwoman than super shame. She's going to have tons of issues to deal with. I mean, if you think I'm crazy, you ought to see the wife, the mother. And by crazy, I am crazy good. This woman is brilliant. Okay. I mean, I don't want to live with her, but she is a brilliant, brilliant human being. Um, and so this kid is going to have a combination of God and Gary and Monica, and her mother's family. I would never embarrass anyone, but her family has issues that are different than mine, but nonetheless issues. Every family has issues. So my kid got on a 10-hour flight last night by herself. She's going to meet 6 other uh, kids between 20 and 28, and does 3 or 4 weeks in some remote area in the world, training, learning how to do certain things with animals. And um, she started her journey. And I remember the day that I got in my car and drove from Lake Charles, Louisiana to Corpus Christi, Texas to start my life. I will never forget. I was telling my sister last night, I remember the car I'm in, the exact point on I-10 freeway going west through Beaumont, Texas. I remember the song on the radio. I remember driving. It took me about 60 minutes to figure out, shit, man, I'm starting my journey. I didn't even have a passport, I don't think. I was starting a job in the oil and gas industry. My daughter's going to, hang out all over the world. She's going to see 7 countries in the next, I think, 12 months. I was going to Corpus Christi, Texas, 600 miles away, terrified. I was terrified and I was lost. At least this entity she's been in probably 100 airports. Look, the point I'm trying to make, I don't want to go into me. Okay. I mean, I think it's already too much about me, but the point I'm trying to make is I can look at this as a mistake, but it is what it is. It's what happened. And therefore I look at it and go, wait, would I take this back? I asked my brother once, I said, Grant, we're 9 years old. Um, we can change the way our whole outcome was. Let's wave a wand and dad doesn't die when we're 9 years old. Both of us wouldn't take it back because we wouldn't be who we were if my dad didn't die. I would not be who I am if my father did not die. No chance. I'd have been somebody else. So these mistakes, I'm starting to wonder, hey, maybe I shouldn't. Look, I'm the one that said I am the brush many, many, many years ago. I now can't take you back and go, hey, man, I said I was the brush and this is a mistake. If you met this kid No, I mean, seriously, okay, I'm not just being the dad. If you met this kid, you would most certainly welcome her into your home. She would be an asset to your family, and you would hire her because she'd be an asset to your company too. She's got just enough shame to want to really produce, and she's got enough confidence to know that she can produce. And so, like the two little lovebirds that I accidentally let out of my home, their cage the other day. I let these birds go. I felt terrible. I felt irresponsible. Those two birds came back 3 days later. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was an awesome omen, by the way. I was like, wow, man, this is weird. I'm getting ready to let my daughter go. And look, these two little birds, these birds are this big. They've lived in cages their whole life. I live on an island and see eagles every day and osprey every day and hawks. It is stunning that one of them, much less both of them, made it back. So I let my little girl go. Why did I let she's not my little girl. She's God's girl, man. I have to let this thing go and go, now, move, man, go out. Okay. This thing's gonna be awesome when she's 25. If she doesn't get fucked up, if she doesn't get, tagged or with the wrong people, wow. Now I'm a big believer we don't need a lot of those people. Okay. We had 1,000 kids like that, hyper responsible, a little shamey, like, hey, I want to earn my way. Hey, you young folks, it's okay that you don't feel like you've earned your way. You know why? Because you haven't earned your way yet, man. Like the complaining, hey, just work, just get busy, move from being your imagination, your what am I imagining? What is my vision for me in the future? And then I activate that by doing things toward that goal, toward that vision, not a goal, toward that vision. Visions are not goals. Okay, they're not. They're pictures, they're images of it doesn't have to be in details. I was with a very, very, very bright guy last night, yesterday, and he's he wants my help, but he doesn't really want to listen to it. And you can't take actions 17 different times in 17 different directions and think you're going to be successful. I mean, you might be. It's like taking a lottery ticket. I have found that if I just look, I am. Who am I? Once I learn who I am, I go, okay, I'm not doing accounting. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. There's lots of things I'm not going to do. My own world is in chaos. Okay. Me thinking, hey, who am I? It's not complicated. If you go, who am I? The answer should come roll pretty easy. If they don't roll easy about who you are, then you're confused on who you're not. That's why I always say, and I don't know why all these books don't just start with this. Every motivational book I've ever read, do this, do this, do this. Like, hey, how about we do this? How about we do what we're not? I am not a Goldman Sachs predatory trader. I am not going to be a pharmaceutical salesman. I am not a prostitute. I am not, what's the word for it? Corruptible. See, I have a massive list. I mean, I could spend, you guys want to do this, like I'll put a program together in 2.5 days, you will have your IM for the rest of your life. 2.5 days, max 2.5 days. I could probably do it in a day and a half. This is not a lot of work. There's mechanics to it. It's not, and it's not complicated. It needs your mind to be clear and someone there to challenge you in the way you're thinking. My mind is so full of noise that it's hard for me to think. It's hard for me to settle into the truth. It should not be a lot of work. This should be get rid of all the friction, and the answer should just be remaining in the basket of things you didn't remove. I am Sarah Smith. I don't know who I am. Okay, Sarah, let's figure out who you are, dude. Who aren't you? Bang. Now we're left with, oh, wow, we have a blank sheet of paper. Woo! I love blank sheets of paper. I get to write whatever I want. I am a blank canvas. Okay. I get to create what I am. I get to create whether I'm a tiny canvas or a gigantic canvas. If my mind is as in much confusion as I think it is, combined with the confusion on this planet, the frequency and the harmonics that you're trying to fight are nearly impossible. It would be akin to me sticking you in a room with a really complicated book to read and then turning music on really loud and never reducing the volume. Just pound you with noise frequency. I mean, seriously, how can you possibly get anything done when you're being inundated and flogged with chaos, mayhem, fear, more fear, shame, guilt, terror, embarrassment and shame for your own race? You look around, you go, my God, man, we're animals, we're pigs. Well, every time I look at somebody and they're acting like an idiot, and I see them in a human bag like my own, you can't sit there and go, well, that's not messing with you. Okay, it is most certainly messing with you. You look around, you go, shit, man, these people are crazy. It's hopeless. It's not worth it. I'm going to stay in my box. I'm going to stay in my car and let these people go crazy. Look, guys, this is not worth it. We are human beings arguing with each other every day. My dogs don't have arguments like this, dude. Ever. Critical. They're not fighting with each other over every morsel. They've decided who's the alpha and who's not. They're not posting shit. They're not, going to the nail salon to improve me. Improve. Look, I know this is dumb, but I mean, this is the way we're behaving. We're behaving sub-animal. We don't even think. Some of you younger men, I think it's mostly men that get a little irritated sometimes with me because I probably sound like I'm a bit of a tough act, right? A tough guy or a tough dad or uncle. And I have very little sympathy for this whole, hey man, life is tough. I'm 32 and life is tough. And Gary, you have money. And it's like, when I was 20 years old, I didn't have any money. I didn't have shit. In fact, I'm going to say that I had so much less than you did when I was 21. I didn't have a mobile phone, didn't have a computer, didn't have an Excel spreadsheet. I had to do math in my head. And by the way, I am excellent at math. You know how I got excellent at math? By doing math. Literally. Oh, wow. What's 500 Bitcoin times 125,000, right? Oh, wow. I got $60 million. That's cool. Okay, let's roll, man. Let's go. Okay. Look, doing. This is what I'm trying to get to. Doing. Most people do their whole life And what I'm trying to say is you're doing nothing. And doing nothing, I don't mean nothing. You're doing something, but dude, you're carrying so much baggage with you, you can't get off the runway. If my daughter would have packed every bag of emotional pain and trauma on that airplane last night, uh, she would have had to probably hire a couple of planes, right? She's not carrying all her emotional baggage around with her her whole life. If she does, she is going to not do as well as she could have done. She is not most certainly going to activate potential into kinetic. Be, I am. I am. This is who I be. This is who I am as a human being. Woodrow's being a security dog right now. Come here, boy. I am not my high school. I am not my college. I am not what I learned. I am not what my family wanted me to be. I am not what my girlfriend wants me to be, my boyfriend. I'm not what my teachers thought I was going to be, or the little tests, the dumb, stupid tests you take from counselors who don't have a job, couldn't even be a counselor, so they become a school counselor. Has anyone actually ever gotten any help from a school counselor? Seriously, okay? They told me I should have been a pharmaceutical salesman. I hate selling shit. I am so much smarter than just somebody telling me, hey, man, go sell. Like, are you serious? They should have told me, hey, Gary, you can be a brilliant strategist. Those tests didn't tell me that. Be a pharmaceutical salesman. This is bullshit, man. Okay, you send me your kid 2 days, 2 days with your kid, 2 days with any human being, I'll rip their face off and they'll think of themselves completely different than they did when they walked in. I bet I operated less than 10%, way less than 10%. So, although I will take full responsibility for making a ton of mistakes, with my family, I met the wrong girl. Hey, you know what? I don't think I would take any of that back. I have an awesome kid. I have two awesome kids, and I'm not sure I could have had those two kids with anybody but this chick. Really. If you knew the story, you'd be shocked that I'm actually saying that. I have family members that are like, bro, I can't believe you're being this easy about it. Look, it was my mistake, man. But was it? Why am I saying this? You guys are walking around with 1,000 different mistakes you made. Little ones, big ones, ones that you haven't even taken responsibility for. I hear people going, hey, there's no mistakes. Dude, there are absolutely mistakes. There's absolutely mistakes, okay? I made a mistake. I did what I have been doing my whole life, taking little responsibility with hanging out with chicks. And like, I think I've always wanted kids because I've taken very little. I was just like, dude, if it happens, it happens. It's irresponsible, okay? But if I could go back 18 years and go, I'm not going to have these two kids. I will tell you, I think it would be a mistake for these two kids not to be on this planet. Really. Because you can say me and my ex-wife are crazy, and we probably are a little wacky. But you will not meet very many more productive people in your life. That piece is amazing. I mean, a little too much, right? I mean, to the addictive level, too much. So if you're stuck in a mistake, first off, I need you to breathe. For me, I needed to trust. Okay, this is now about trusting. Am I going to become angry and live in this era, ERROR, era, mistake? Or do I embrace the mistake and go, hey, this is who I am? Good, bad, and indifferent. This is my journey. And therefore, this is my kid's journey, just like my journey was without a father that I never complain about today. I don't think that I would be who I am. I wouldn't be. This is my journey, man. This is the book. I looked at my daughter. I'm like, hey, you know, what's important about this is now your book. This is no longer the Gary and Monica book of some byproduct. This is your chapter. This is your book. You get to write the whole thing. The whole thing. I wish somebody would tell me, wow, dude, you're writing your own book. This is not a chapter. This is your life now, your book, okay? 18 years old. Go, my friend. Go and do wonderful things and have a great life. And we only need 1,000 or so people that are really highly productive, great people with good intentions. You know, I don't talk about this enough because I just think that it's assumed. Intentions. Can you please write the word intention down? intention. Intention. What is my intention when I show up to anything? What is my intention when I show up on Sunday mornings? What is my intention? What is my intention when I go to a meeting or when I'm on a space or when I'm having dinner or a date? Like what is my intention? I went to an event yesterday with 50 or 60 IT people, security people. I don't usually take 3-4 hours out of my life to go talk to 30 or 40 IT people. But one, it was local, and I have an obligation to support my local area, man. Not only an obligation, but I have it's part of the investment I have in look, intentions without action is just a bunch of bull. Okay, it's a bunch of hot air. Doing is really a fraction. It ends up being a fraction of what people think about doing. Okay. That's the cool thing about the I am. See, the I am is so laser focused. And if you do it enough over and over, you become self-guiding, okay? The I am alone guides you into your future. In fact, into your present, okay? Because you're not thinking about the past. When you're in I am, dude, when I'm in I am in the moment and I am into building something into the future, but I'm not really stuck in the future. People get stuck in the future going, oh, I want $10 million. Well, I would feel broke if that was my goal. The potential was so much greater than that. And I proved that. Okay. I have to do, though. What I don't do is I don't do things that I don't do and that don't relate to I am. I am probably not going to go on a 6-week cruise with anyone, except maybe myself on a, but not on a cruise. That's not going. I'm not going to be a doctor. There's, I don't know, 1,200, 1,500, 3,000, 2,000 people in the room. Okay, if there's 2,000 people here, and you spent 20 minutes today on I am, And I am not. I mean, if you're new here and you've never done this, I just assume everybody's here. I probably should start with a little preamble, tell people how I got here. I am here because I was told to be here. And I'm grateful that you're here. I don't know why you're here. I don't know why you found this place. I don't know why you're here. Um, let's see. White within reach says, laughing. There isn't 2,000 people in here, dummy. Well, okay, man. Let's say there's 20 people in here. And by the way, within reach, we could do maybe 2,079 minus you. I don't know, go to 2,078, and you can come back anytime you want, dude. When you decided you're going to be more, shall we say, positive, could you invite some people possibly to the room, and we'll get some people that'll be better human beings tomorrow than they are today because they actually spent a little time thinking on Sunday morning about who they're becoming as entities, as spiritual entities living in a bags, bones, and skin. And if you have any suggestions on how to get 2,000 real people in a room, or 20,000, or 200,000, there's 8 billion people on the planet, and I'm pretty sure most of them are not thinking right now about what they can do to make themselves better, and what they can do to make themselves better and more productive members of society. So if you have a solution to that, I would love to have your help. Otherwise, get the fuck out of here, dude. Go do what you're going to do, which is nothing. And I will continue to embrace people like this young gentleman that comes in the room and makes negative comments because, and I like you, kid. Okay. I don't know you. I'm love having you here because it is these examples that become so easy to administer to the world and go, look, this is not functional. It is most certainly not productive. So, listen, I've been a dick before. I'm usually a dick when I'm criticizing other people for doing something that I'm not able, willing, or capable, or courageous enough to do, and that I should be doing. So, criticism, I'll write this word down again, because criticism for me, any negative thought or comment, and that was a negative comment. Every time I become critical, it alerts me like a gun going off. As soon as I cock the trigger of a weapon, I'm like, okay, this thing's hot. Okay, hot. Within reach, it's cool, dude. But within reach, you see, within reach said, oh, my bad, Gary. One, I would like to just say, I've learned how to correct people without shaming the shit out of them. I remember a time when I would be really, 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 really combative with a guy like that. And I see this happening a lot. Look, I don't need to get combative. I need to look at him and go, hey, look, he has offered me an opportunity to help other people. Any opportunities to actually show examples of non-functional behaviors and their little tweaks. This guy doesn't mean anything bad. Okay, I want you guys all to follow within reach, actually. This is the guy I'm talking about right here. We're going to follow within reach, and we're going to give him a ton of love today. See this cat? We're going to give him just because you want to change doesn't make you a good person, Grant. Well, one, I ain't Grant. Now I understand your confusion. You think I'm the other guy. So look, this guy, let's all follow him, okay? And show him what love and care and good thoughts are. And this is my example of how we can use people in our groups without isolating and violating them and throwing them in a box like they're, idiots. I rather I embrace it and go, hey man, how is that productive for me? It doesn't feel good for me to hear that. Only 20 people in the room or whatever. Okay, so like our words, our words are important. Okay, they're bullets, man. They're bullets of energy, positive energy, or they're bullets of negative energy. Am I spewing negativity out around the world? If I am, I got to clean that up. Dude, if you're spewing hate and ego and fear and finite, if this is your core, these are the things that has to get fixed. This is why you are having issues in your life right here. Okay, you're having the issues because your ego and your fear and your terror and your wanting to control because you're scared, one, shows no faith. It's a bad harmonic. Bad's the wrong word, but it's not a receiving harmonic. B, intention. My intention is I am good. Intention. I am adding value to this man's life, even if he doesn't like me. I am turning every situation into an opportunity for good teaching production. Everything has a reason, I think. I'm beginning to just believe that I just got to show up and I got to be willing to make mistakes. If I have this, well, I don't even think that it's even up for debate that human beings are confused, right? Like I'm not that unusual. Now, maybe I've spent more time thinking about this because I was built funny, but I've always had this little itch inside of here, right here, right here, right here. I have this weird feeling that's empty, like it's a hole, and it needs to get filled in with something that's it's it's not physical. It's something else. I've always had that, right? This right here. There's another feeling right here that's extremely positive, but this thing right here, it's like a searching, empty. In fact, I would say it's a dark void that's not even fillable. The space is like a black hole. Wow. A black hole, man, just sucks in stuff. I don't understand that, but that's what it looks and feels like to me. 65 years. 65 years it took along with another 70, 86 years. Let's call it let's call it another 65 years of my mother. That's 130, by the way, of my mother living in sheer terror her whole life. 130 years. My dad did, so call it two generations, 130 years. Um, my little Italian Sicilian family, in 130 years. I mean, it sounds like a lot, right? But my mother, like, my daughter is going to be a rock star, dude. I mean, she is a rock star. And it only took 65 years to produce that. Wow. I mean, she's so much more capable than me and my twin brother. Dude, I mean, like, levels, factors well above this. Like, she's not a spastic. She's not an idiot. I mean, like, we were idiots. I don't know what I'm trying to say by that, but I just think about the time. My mom My mom spent her 80 years, or my dad spent all that time, 150 years of strife and struggle, produces two super kids out of five. Not that the other kids are not great, but like my brother and I have done a reasonable amount, a huge amount for where we came from. And I just think of my kids. I'm like, man, these kids could do a lot. Okay. My intention when I had these children, when my wife or my girlfriend at the time told me she was pregnant, I got so excited. You know why? I knew my marriage, that relationship was not right, but I was so excited to have a baby. And like that it happened, for me, it was a God thing, man. And I don't really talk about God much, right? Because I don't really know what God. I hate the word. It's been so abused. But my intention was to be a great, great, great father. And my intention, as soon as I found out, dude, I'll be a greater father than I am businessman, for sure. And my whole life pivoted there. I will tell you something, okay? You people that are scared of pivots, and look, if you're in this room, listening to I am, you are a pivot player. There is no, if you don't like change, you should stop doing I am. I am and change are absolutely, I know it's going to sound like, wow, they don't, I am is in the present. Um, dude, I am will require you to pivot because every day you're going to wake up and you're going to start really for the first time in your life. Look, my daughter, last thing I said to her was, hey, get the hell out of this zip code. Get the hell out of this zip code. Okay. If you've been here longer, a while, you understand what I'm saying. Hey, get out of the zip code that you grew up in. Okay. There's nothing there for you except contraction. I did not find out about myself in the moment I left my zip code. I started discovering, oh shit, do I know how to make toast in the morning? Oh, what happens when you don't pay the bill? Or shit, somebody's got to clean my sheets, man. I mean, they're dirty. Like I had to learn all that stuff. When you're learning all that stuff and you're trying to survive, guess what? You're not into I am. You're not into doing your inventory. You're into just total survival like an ant. You have to take this time. Okay. If you do I am, be prepared to change. Okay. To become more. Every monster experience I have had in my life, every one of them have come from a pivot. Everyone. And like it requires a really unique skill, which is your willingness to correct, your willingness to realize I was wrong about this earlier. My ego doesn't need to be right. I want to be full and complete and happy. I don't care about being right. I'm so sick and tired of being right and uncomfortable. How many people are right and miserable? You're probably not right. I had a lady look at me once and she laughed at me. She said, "Well, man, what, you've been married 3 times. What's the problem?" And I looked at her. She was a heavy duty, shrink dealing in failed marriages and stuff like that, divorces. And I looked at her and said, uh, what would you be saying about me if I'd gotten her pregnant and then said, fuck off? But now you're laughing at me saying, hey, what's wrong with you? Because I did the right thing. You do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. I got this woman pregnant. It becomes my responsibility, okay? Not to just pay for it, but to be their dad, their father, okay? Their guiding light, knowing that one day they're going to hate me. Or, maybe not hate's the wrong word, but you know what I'm saying. This I am thing has been really awesome for me as a parent, and because it really makes me realize that I am not my children, and I cannot try to put color on their world that's my color only to understand they're going to reject it, or worse, they're going to take on my color and try to be me or try to be their mom. That's a problem, right? I've written down a few words here today. Intentions. I think intentions are more important than anything. And therefore, I ask you to write the word down. October the 5th, 2025. You can't do anything better than understand what your intentions are. I don't know very many people that walk into like, oh, they're going to go on a date or go to dinner and my intentions are evil. My intentions are to abuse this person. My intentions are to take money from this person. Come on, man. If you're a hustler, you ain't here. People that show up in here, you might be a hustler and you might be trying to figure it out. You don't need to be a hustler anymore, okay? Hustle on your intention. Get your intention clean. The ego has to get out of it. Ego is not your friend, man. Okay? The ego is super confusing. Super, super confusing. What is my intention will drive my ego into its proper position. By the way, the ego, okay, this other personality, like like I talk to myself a lot, especially when I'm painting. It is staggering. You could swear I could swear there's 2 or 3 people sitting in the fucking paint room. I probably shouldn't even say that online because I sometimes I'm painting and I'm like, "Hey man, what do you think about this yellow?" And then I'm like, I'm telling you, dude, it's like 2 people going, "I don't know. I don't think it's really." And then there's this other guy. Well, what do you think? I'm like, where the hell did that thought come from? Who's asking, what do you think? Who are you talking to? I mean, seriously, okay. I think I'm in a composite entity. I don't think there's this just like Gary's just like stable and that's it. And there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on inside of you. And so just writing it down, okay, just making notes. I am, imagine I am, my imagination is a monster, okay? It's so important to have a beautiful imagination. If I get rid of all who I am not, guess what I got? I get to then have a blank canvas and start going, hey, what would I like to put on this canvas? Oh, I want, it will come to you. You don't have to force it. Once all the baggage and shit's out of your mind, once all that's out, you empty the vessel so something else can come in it. The amount of stuff I have put on my daughter's agenda in her mind, what she thinks is right. Dude, I stuck all that there. It's not hers. I mean, I did the best I could, right? Remember, her viewpoint of me is much different than my viewpoint of her and us. I have no clue what she's thinking. I only think I know what she's thinking. Okay, like I'm her father. That does not mean I'm a mind reader. I have no clue who this human being is. I barely understand myself. I throw an image on this kid, and it is probably massively superficial and massively incorrect. You mothers out there, do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know what's going on in my second daughter's head. I don't know what she really thinks of me. She might think, man, this guy is I love him, but he is a wacko. She would be right, man. There is nothing wrong about what she's saying. I am a weird cat. I embrace my freaking weirdness. Okay, I am weird. I want you to be weird. I think you know what? I'm a weirdo, okay? I have no interest in being like the rest of the world. Who wants to do that? Let's all get weird, okay? Come super freaking weird. If other people are uncomfortable with you being weird, as long as you're comfortable with it, man, roll, okay? Is if your intentions are clean, it isn't going to bother anybody. Now, I just need to be honest on something because it just made me something popped in my mind. I'd like to apologize for getting off a little bit with within reach earlier, okay? Because see, that was my ego responding to that because he said something about no way. There's, I think somebody said, hey, there's only 20 people watching this, and that freaks me out because I'm like, hey, am I wrong here, man? I mean, quite frankly, I probably would not show up here for 20 people every Sunday. I probably wouldn't, and maybe there's not 20. I would love to know any of this stuff. Are any of you people really real? Okay. See, that's really concerning because, wow, are we all wasting our time? I started this project a year ago, almost to the a year ago minus 1 week on a Saturday. And I think I'm in the show like this for you guys that don't know this story. Some of you already know it. It's an amazing story to me. I'm painting one night and I'm being critical. And I said, man, I really, really am angry that I don't have anywhere to go. No churches, all the church stuff I've ever done, I ended up leaving me empty. In fact, some of it left me not empty, and it was some stuff I had to empty. But when you're searching for stuff, and this is important to understand, man. When you get on this, I'm a searcher. I am a searcher. By the way, don't write that one down if you don't want to be one. I am a searcher. Once that starts happening, I have to confront that what's happening to my world is, hey, dude, I am living my I ams. Don't say I'm a searcher and then be surprised that you're having to search. Don't be a searcher and be surprised, hey, man, I have this massive hole inside of me that I need to deal with. It's creating massive problems in my life. I can't keep a job, or I can't keep a girl, or I'm having all these problems. You got to clean that up now, okay? It ain't your dad's fault. My daughter, if she gets, does whatever she's going to do to cope, dude, it's not my mistake anymore. I can't make her do anything. I can only be the example, okay? I've done my piece. I have, man. Now I have to do my piece on me. I'm not done here yet, okay? I went and had a kid when I wasn't even ready with my own shit. So we all have to go backwards. This is not efficient, but it doesn't have to be efficient, okay? We're on an evolution. That's why I said the 130 years. Wow, our family did pretty well in 130 years, 2 generations. It'll be easy to tear all that down. I mean, just a few mistakes and poof. I'm trying to build the best Gary I can build here. I'm beginning to believe, actually, that I need less. I don't need to add anything to Gary. I need to strip away. It's been really interesting to me keep talking about this. Hey, do the I am nots. Okay. Really, really interesting. I have never, ever, ever thought of this in this way. I keep thinking about adding things to Gary, changing things. But you know what I really need to do? I need to strip away. I am not so many of these things. I, I am not maybe more important than I am at some stage of this because I am not stripped away all my beliefs about who I am, and therefore all the beliefs that are wrong about who you are, and all the beliefs and mistakes I have about how the whole world is. I mean, like, most all of our data is ill-founded, I think. I am I have awesome intention with doing this. I'm here to help. I'm here to help myself. I'm here to help anybody that needs the help. Okay. And most importantly, I'm here because I'm being instructed to be here. Whether I like it or not, whether there's, real people in here or not, maybe this is most certainly this is not a vanity project. Um, I'll stop it when I'm told to stop it. And I'm told that I'm done. I'm no longer needed for duty. And the worst thing that's going to happen is that I become the miracle that I am supposed to be, and supposed to be the billboard for, and supposed to be the promoter for, and all these religious words that I hate using. Um, I am a soldier of truth and goodness, and I will fight. I'm a warrior, dude, and I will not stop being a warrior for truth and good and care. And it ain't easy. And we need an army of people like me. We need an army of people like you with good intentions. All you have to do is, what is my intention? Find places where your intention is good. Find areas where you can bring value. If you can't bring value, ask yourself, where do you fit? Do you take a back seat and just be quiet and support? I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate your patience with a man that has not been trained to be a pastor or a speaker or a clergy or anything like that. I don't really know what I'm doing other than sitting here trying to strip away all the stupid stuff I've added to this perfect package. Incredibly adaptable entities, human beings, man. I'm going to ask that you go out today and do something really special for somebody. Do something special in a way that you take no credit for it. Okay, it's a great life hack. Everybody, even 2,700 people in here, man. 2,700 people today, go and do something nice for a human being you do not know. Stranger, something, and you can't take credit for it. I don't want you to. Doesn't mean your family can't see you do it, but don't take credit for it. I am a good person. I am doing good acts every day, every day, every day. Okay. I am writing. I am every day. Have you guys done your 10 minutes today? A whole 10 minutes. You guys are asked to do a whole 10 minutes of writing. I am Gary. I am intentionally beautiful. I am a good man. I am a teacher. What, dude, it's just going to pour out of you. When you start doing it, you're going to discover who you are when you start doing I am. It's so simple. You don't need a college degree, a high school degree, a math degree. You don't need Bitcoin. I am. is a beautiful, beautiful way to start. I'd like to thank a few people, people that are here all the time, and just so, like I get so many cool comments from people. Anthony Anthony Cantafio. I did not. I'm driving. Good man. Good to have you here, buddy. Don't know what that means, but good to have you here. We got Blockchain Becky. Blockchain Becky, you sent me some beautiful comments, I think yesterday or the day before. It really made me feel good. Thank you so much. Who we got? Mel M. Mel, you are so awesome. Mel's always here. Thank you, Mel. Appreciate you so much. Just swap it. Thanks, Gary. I am one of one. It's just such an awesome statement. I am one of one. One of one. You're more rare than Bitcoin. And that son of a gun blowing up. Who else we got here? We got Alex Stumer. Thanks, Gary. You're welcome, my friend. Anthony, it meant I didn't write. Oh, you didn't write the I am today. Shame on you, you bastard. Okay, within reach is back. I believe him. He said I'm a good man. Good man, dude. Awesome, bro. Love to have you. Bring your family in here, man. Tim Blanche created an abundance of the lack of need. Hey, guys, how many of you guys are inviting and sending these links out to your family, to your associates? I record these things, dude. Send one of these to one of your buddies when they're driving down to Miami or something. Okay, say, hey, listen to this cat. You don't have to watch me. Listen to the deal. Okay, send it out to them. Seriously, this is better than a damn book, guys. I mean, I've read every one of those so many times. I don't know why. Like, I would have all the families in here. If you guys tell me you're not bringing the families because I curse a little bit, then I'll stop cursing. Miss Kryptonia. Good to have you, Miss Kryptonia, with a big, I think those are, you're crying or you're laughing. Let's see. What we got? Mark Kramer in the house. Spirit and Ego both in the car. Who is driving? Hey, Kramer, seriously, just noticed today, you actually have to do this when you're doing something that's relatively quiet, but I'm painting the other night. And this has happened to me so many times. I'm sitting looking at these two or three conversations going on inside me about a painting. Hey, what do you think about that? I don't know, man. I don't think I like it. Well, I don't really have a vote. I mean, I literally had one the other day say, I don't have a vote about it. Lots going on in the mind once you figure out who you're not. Undy's in the room. Thank you, Undy, for being here. Within reach, Miss Kryptonia. I said all those people. Repeat. Let's see who else we got. We got Anthony again. We got a lot of the same people just making lots of comments. Jennifer Selden's in the house. Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks for being here. Tim Blanche. I just like to mention people. People, hey, guys, another little thing. People love their names being mentioned, okay? There's no way when I do that. Like, why do I do it? Why not? She's a nice lady, man. Okay? Look, human beings want to be acknowledged. No shame for me. M is in the house. She's a nice person. You guys follow her. Throw some flowers on people, man. Give them some love, okay? Hey, you're doing awesome, okay? Thanks for being here. Just swap it, okay? Thanks for just showing up, dude. Crypto Guru. Awesome, dude. Thank you, man. Thank you. Let's get our group bigger, guys. There's 100,000 people sitting in a finance room. We could have spent an hour together talking about some cool water sandwich and a Sunday go to our breakfast meeting. Who knows that quote? Guys, I love you very much. You guys have an awesome day. Do not go to bed tonight. Do not put your head on the pillow until you have helped another human being in a way that you think is significant enough to represent your value to the planet, okay? Go out of your way today. Do something big, okay? Write your I ams down. As soon as this finishes, you do 10 minutes of I am, and then I am not. If you can't do the I am, just do the I am not. Love you guys. I am going to be here next week if I'm alive. If I'm not alive, I am going to be around no matter what. My intentions for the week are extremely pure, full of action. Extravagance and extremities. Guys, I love you very much. Thank you. Just be outrageous. I think we should all be outrageous. Brenda, Chief, AVB, Will, second, Sigar, Granny's Garden, Bob, Jen, Mel, Frank, thank you guys for being here. Love you guys. Dr. Kramer, thank you for being here. We'll see you next week. Be good, be strong, be powerful.